Platys are one of my favorite live bearers. They're colorful and easy to keep. I have a few different species of rare Platys that I keep in the fish barn. So let's jump into the barn and take a look at some really cool Platy species. Let's start out with one of my most prolific species, the Xiphidium Milleri. I purchased these fish from Dan's Fish back in September of 2022, and since then they've done quite well for me, being very prolific breeders. I really do enjoy the yellow coloration on these fish, as well as their splotch markings. Due to some recent renovations in the fish room, I moved these fish to this 20-gallon high aquarium, which I keep planted with some Variatus and a gravel substrate. All the tanks you see in this video are filled with an aquarium co-op sponge filter that I run on a closed loop air system. This fish has been a lot of fun to breed, and I really do enjoy having them in my fish room. These Xiphidium Couchianus are one of a couple species in my fish room that are extinct in the wild. These fish originated from the Huxtetitla Canyon in Mexico, as well as some other springs and ponds and rivers near Monterey. Unfortunately, due to the pumping of groundwater and pollution, this fish disappeared from its environment. A few years ago, I started with a small group in this 20-gallon high aquarium. These fish initially spawned, but then stopped spawning. At the Chicago Live Bearer Association auction this year, I decided to add a small pair to this group, and while I was filming this video, I noticed a few small fry. Hopefully you can see them here in the camera. I'm really excited to have some fry going again, and hopefully this colony can continue to grow and thrive. Another favorite platy species of mine are the Xiphidium Variatus Rio Huxtetitla. The males of the species are really beautiful and another favorite in my fish room. It did take a while, however, for the males in this group to show their colors, but they were definitely worth the wait. I've not seen any fry from this group, and if I have the chance, I may get some additional small fry to add to this group to see if I can get them breeding. This next group of fish has been kind of a nemesis for me, but thankfully I found some more of these Xiphidium at the ALA convention in May. The mature males of this fish will have a tiger stripe, and both sexes will have a sword at the bottom of their tail, hence their common name, the spike-tailed platy. If you watch the video from where I purchased these fish, you'll notice that they're now in a different tank. I had to take down the original tank since I was doing some updates to the fish barn and had to relocate them to this new tank. They're doing well so far in their new home, and I'm really looking forward to getting some fry in the near future. In the last video, we talked about these Xiphidium Andersi, so I won't spend a lot of time on them. I'll put a link to that video here in case you missed it, but this is how the tank looks a couple weeks after moving it. This is a really cool and rare fish that I'm really happy to have, and they've settled in quite nicely into their new home. While this is not the prettiest tank in the fish barn, the Xiphidium Variatus from Rio Huxtetitla that live in this tank are absolutely gorgeous. The dominant male of this species is absolutely stunning and is one of my favorite fish in the hobby. Along with its stunning colors, I really do enjoy the markings on this fish as well. The dominant male in this tank was the fish that I entered at the ALA Fish Show that won Best Wild Type Platy. One interesting fact about this fish is that the males can either have a red, yellow, or clear tail, which I think is kind of an interesting feature. They haven't bred a lot for me, but I really do enjoy having these fish in my fish room and would highly recommend purchasing these fish if you're able to find them. As you can see, this group of Xiphidium Evelynae have done quite well in this 20-gallon tank. Like a lot of the other fish we've spoken about today, I really do enjoy the splotched markings on this fish, along with its silver body shape. This group was a little slow to get started, but after about a year or so, they've really started to take off. In the wild, these fish can be found in the Rio Huxtetitla Basin in the state of Puebla in Mexico. I really found this fish to be a lot of fun to keep, and if you're looking to get into wild live bearers, this is a fish that I would highly recommend. I hope that you enjoyed taking a look at some of the really interesting platy species that I keep here in the fish barn. Maybe you even found a fish that you might want to own someday. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section. So with that being said, stay safe, stay fishy, and I'll catch you on the next video.